talk a little bit about nutrition. I have been a nutritional coach actually in my business of 10 years ago. I was doing that, but I did want to offer a few videos. I definitely have an opinion, so I don't want to like run right in on like this is the diet to have, because my opinion is that absolutes are extremely destructive. Not all humans are made the same. Not all humans have the same access to resources. Not all humans have the same digestion, so not all diets are going to work for everyone. At the same time, there are unsustainable practices no matter what you do. You could be vegan and then you're eating, soy and grains that are extremely detrimental to the environment to grow and produce. Or you could be eating, sustainable meat that is free range, that is contributing to the biodiversity and the replenishment of the soil because they're doing the right kind of grazing. Or you could be eating factory farm meats and probably not really good for you or the planet. So there is no right diet, but there are specific diets for specific people. But actually today I just wanted to talk a little bit about cravings. So oftentimes when you want to eat something, your body's trying to tell you something else. So for instance, chocolate, which is a very controversial topic in our world today, where we're trying to be more mindful and more politically correct, and yet we still have spiritual communities doing cacao ceremonies. I don't know if they have permission from the culture that those came from to be doing them, but they're doing them. And oftentimes we might crave chocolate and we might want to know what that's corresponding to. Obviously, there's a lot of scandal around Nestle using child slavery to get this chocolate to you. So it's definitely like if you could possibly figure out what our underlying needs you have nutritionally and like consume a bit less chocolate, that might be better for everyone and the planet. Chocolate is actually a sign of magnesium deficiency, which makes sense that it's often craved when people are on their moon or in menstruation. They also have cramps, and magnesium is something that helps with both. It helps with loosening up and basically is the antithesis of cramping. And if you're craving chocolate, it's a clear sign that you most likely need magnesium. So we can talk, of course, you're welcome to contact me to get clarity on what are the best forms of magnesium to supplement on. But let's just move to the next thing, which is sweets. So if you're craving stuff that's sugary, there's usually some kind of blood sugar fluctuation. So you should definitely be eating more protein. Protein and fiber really helps with more of a balanced like blood sugar production. And possibly consider looking into the spleen, because the spleen often processes sugar and can also be some dysfunction can be created by the overeating of processed sugars. So it's the kind of organ that might want a porridge with some fruit in it, and that will be nourishing for it. But if you eat too many candy bars, you're probably further damaging it. So again, basically, if you're craving sugar, try to eat more protein. The next thing is salty foods, so like popcorn and chips and things like this are often connected to stress hormone fluctuation. So this often affects the adrenal glands, which is helped by high quality B complex vitamins with extra pantothenic acids like B5, as well as vitamin C, can really help with stress hormone fluctuation and the craving of salty foods. So also try to eat more leafy greens. They help supply your body with minerals that support the adrenal glands, especially potassium. Another thing is cheese. If you're loving that pizza, you probably need fatty acids. You probably have a bit of a fatty acid deficiency. So what you're going to want are beneficial fats, and contrary to popular belief, fats actually help you lose weight when they're healthy. So that would be omega-3s that contain the EPA and DHA. So some of the things that have this are hemp seeds. I eat them like crazy. I sprinkle them on my smoothies all the time. Hemp seeds, avocado, raw walnuts, or of course fish, or flax oil. But of course with fish, you have to be really careful, because of course we know that we've completely just about destroyed the ocean and it's super toxic and there's a bunch of mercury. And there's actually really great websites, and reach out to me if you'd like a link. But there are really great websites that will show you which fish have what amount of heavy metals in them. A good rule of thumb is anything that lives really, really short is probably for the best. So, like sardines, even, they live like for a couple days, so they don't have a lot of time to take in the toxicity of the ocean. But yes, always great to have your healthy fats. The last thing on the list that I'm going to go over is red meat. If you're craving red meat, like steak and burgers and things like that, that can often be connected to an iron deficiency. So, of course, there's a lot of iron-rich foods like kidney beans or beets, or maybe even more lean meat like bison. Vitamin C is a good optimizer. That means that when you take vitamin C, it will help to absorb the iron from the other foods. And a lot of the problem that people have is often nutrient absorption. So you're taking all the stuff in your mouth and it's getting in your belly, but it's not necessarily getting from that point throughout your system. And there are some things that you can do to really increase your ability to properly absorb nutrients. But we'll cover that in future videos. Hope you enjoyed it.